Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we have a talk. So the Kansas City Royals franchise mode, I think it's fair to say is concluded, or at least I think it has. 113 episodes of the Royals franchise mode. I said it at the end of Game 5 of the World Series. Thank you all for all your support on that franchise mode, and I think it's likely done. But I thought I'd just make a video here just talking about, I guess, what's next in the channel if it's not the Royals franchise. So just as you know, if you're aware of what's going on the channel, we're going to be doing UFC stuff a lot just because, I'm a big UFC guy. And honestly, I made a video featuring Dricus du Plessis. It's called A Closer Look. It's kind of one of my newer series on the channel. I thought it was a pretty good video. A lot of people seem to like it. It's probably going to be something that we're going to be doing really often on the channel. I didn't do one last week because there really wasn't a fighter on the Holly Holm Mayra Bueno Silva card that I wanted to feature, but there is going to be a fighter that I'm going to do for the UFC London card that's coming up next week, so stay on the lookout for that. But that's going to be something we're going to have coming to the channel. We're also going to have college football coming to the channel as well, when college football revamped. Now, NCAA 24 is not coming out this year. It's going to be NCAA 25, we're assuming. So we will still have another, year to play college football revamped. I'm going to start that up earlier this year than I did last year. I think last year I started up in September, October. This year I'm planning to do it either late July or early August. So stay on the lookout for that. I think that'll be really exciting. We are going to look over some Royal stuff here in this video. I'm going to go through basically what I would have done pre-off season and really just talk kind of final thoughts in the Royals franchise. Now, it's not completely over. If you guys want to see me just sim seasons with the Royals, and you want to see how Salvi does compared to the all-time greats, I'm down to do that. I can go out and sim a couple seasons and kind of get to when Salvi Perez retires and a couple of these other guys that we're really building up here with Kansas City. So there's still that to look forward to with the Royals franchise. But again, today's video is going to be more of just a recap of A, 2027, and B, just kind of what we had going on and kind of building with this Royals franchise mode. But so yeah, stay on the lookout for that, for a closer look. I know even if you're not a MMA fan, I think it's a pretty good series I'm doing. They're kind of just short film videos. It's different than anything I've done on the channel so far. It's different than the gaming videos I do currently, more of the predictions videos I do with MMA. It's just more of an in-depth look at a certain fighter. The first one I did was a German fighter, Abu Smagomedov, who ended up losing the week I made the video. But Dricus du Plessis, the last guy I made the video on, ended up picking up his biggest win to date over Robert Whittaker. He'll likely be fighting Israel Adesanya in about 8 weeks in Sydney, Australia, in a huge fight for the middleweight championship. So stay on the lookout for that. Madden is going to be coming out. If I can check my calendar, I think it's going to be coming out in about a month from now. I believe the day is August 15th. I think Madden comes out. So again, this video is coming out on the 15th. So yeah, it's literally, I think, a month from today. Madden 24 comes out. And now, I've done a franchise mode every single year with Madden. Nothing's going to change this year. There will be another franchise mode coming. I think I kind of have my team already. I don't really know, give you a spoiler. I've had this team's jersey hanging up before in the background. I've had a million jerseys hanging up in the background, but this team has been featured before. Again, I have a million jerseys, so that doesn't really narrow things out, but it's going to be a team that you are somewhat familiar with. I've featured this team a little bit before on the channel. So that's coming in August, but again, we've got a month until Madden comes out, so look for NCAA College Football Revamped on the channel. I think I got a team picked out for that as well. I think we're going to the Big Ten this year. I think that'll be exciting. Because last year, I did Brigham Young. Not that many people watched that series. It was kind of, I'll just be straight up honest with you, I kind of posted that at the wrong time in the year. And it just didn't do that well, and I think BYU wasn't the best choice for that. It wasn't as good as at least my Tennessee series was a couple years ago with Hendon Hooker and the guys. But we have a different team this season. It will likely be in the Big Ten, so if you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section down below. But I kind of have my team ready, but if you want to see a different Big Ten team than what I'm thinking, let me know. Again, likely no Ohio State, likely no Michigan, but anyone else, I guess, still up for grabs over there with our college football revamped series. So that's going to be coming. And then, yeah, so Madden coming out next month. We'll have a franchise series for that. I don't know. Every year I try to play Ultimate Team, but do I really want to play Ultimate Team? I don't know. We'll just see what happens when we get there. But I think I'm going to start really doing the short films on the channel just because I think those are really well put together, and I think a lot of people do like those. And, again, just kind of with A, I have gaming on the channel, and then B, I've got MMA going as well. So stay on the lookout for those things. And again, college football revamp coming, and then Madden in a month. And then, every year I say I'm going to play 2K, but I'll be straight up honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to play 2K. I'll play it myself, but will I post it? I really don't know. NBA 2K kind of gets stale, a week in, so we'll see if I play 2K or not. So that's just kind of the quick channel update I wanted to give. I haven't really done this before. I'm gonna, tie this in, of course, with what we're doing with the Royals today. But yeah, just a quick channel update, and again, just stay tuned with the channel. I think there's gonna be really a lot of cool stuff coming at you here on the Greedo Plays channel. Now, this is the point in the video where for the next 10 minutes I end up talking, and apparently, this is a day later. I'm looking at this. Apparently, it didn't end up recording. Just the background did, but my voice didn't. So here I am the day after, and I will just voice over myself while you can see me yesterday processing my thoughts in the bottom corner of the screen. So we'll just go over it. I don't exactly remember what I said, but we'll just go down the list. Bobby Witt Jr., I believe I'm saying something along the lines of, if we are going to do a sim, Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be one of the guys that, is going to be featured a lot in the sim. Basically, we're going to be simming for Bobby Witt Jr., considering what he has done for this team, and really just as a legacy type player, along with hits. 992 hits for Bobby Witt Jr. He's only 26 years of age. He is likely on pace to potentially hit that 3,000 hit mark, and just milestones like that we want to see on the team. Bobby Witt Jr. is that type of guy. Again, 98 overall. If he keeps on playing good baseball, he's going to eventually turn into a Hall of Fame type player. And again, you have a guy like Salvador Perez now, who is a 3-time World Series champion for the Kansas City Royals. We have him under contract for another season as well. Again, likely no 500 home run mark for him, but again, Salvador Perez, if there is a sim, is going to be someone that we are going to feature heavily. As you can just see me pondering in the bottom corner of the screen. We move on though, just looking overall basically on this squad, you've got some great players on this Royals team. Now, are they built to win in the future? I think they are, because there's a lot of core pieces that we have down in our farm system that are going to be big-time players in the future. And there's a guy like Shane McClanahan. Okay, obviously McClanahan was a one-year type of guy. He was a rental player, basically, that we got. But hey, McClanahan did a job for us. He was very good. 29 years of age, he's likely done with the squad, but again, came in, won a World Series. Brady Singer won the Cy Young this season, 1.93 ERA. He progressively kept on getting better as the franchise mode went on. Again, 3.71 ERA, then 2.37, then a 1.93. Again, Brady Singer progressively got better as the franchise went on. 30 years old, but Brady Singer finally came into his own, became a Cy Young. Shane Bieber is the third part of the three-headed monster. 2.9 ERA for him. We got him, of course, from Cleveland a couple seasons ago, and he's been really good. And German Marquez is a guy that we got in the very first season of this franchise mode. And Marquez, after being traded from the Colorado Rockies, has always put together solid numbers. He's always teetered around that 3.4-ish ERA mark. He's never been completely an all-star, but he's always been a decent pitcher and a really good guy to have around. And then even, Asa Lacy, who I know who has not turned into the best pitcher in real life, but Asa Lacy, since coming up to our squad at least, he pitched 9 innings in a shutout performance to win us the World Series in Game 5, in likely the last full game I will play on this franchise mode. And it's not like, this squad isn't prepped for the future. You got a guy in Jason Justice here who's 18 years of age, 5'11" from California, 73 overall and A potential. Again, the sky's the limit for that guy. We are just so loaded in our farm system. And, shout out to Chris Sale, too, who was just playing for us with the Storm Chasers in AAA. Dylan Coleman, don't know why I didn't trade him. He was just so unreliable. Jose Alvarado ate up a lot of innings for us, especially as a left-handed pitcher. And Jordan Hicks was an all-star last season for us. And then you had Chafin, you had Dylan Tate, and you had various other guys as well. Felix Bautista was our closer. He had a definitely undeserving bid for an all-star last season, but the 3.16 ERA is not horrible. I just remember when he was an all-star, his ERA was 3.7-ish. And then Scott Barlow kind of just got phased out of the closer role. Never really had a horrible season. It's just that overall-wise, he kept declining. He's now at a 73 overall. We just found better guys. We've already talked about Salvador Perez. Vinny Pasquantino was a guy who got injured. And obviously that's what set up for Kevin Valentine getting an opportunity, and then Kyle Schwarber getting an opportunity. But Pasquantino was always such a reliable bat for us. 291 average before the injury this season. He had 252 the year before, but around 280 the year before that. again, Pasquantino is always one of the guys on this franchise mode you can rely on. Garrett Cooper, shout out to him, really only hit left-handed pitching. But again, Pasquantino is always one of the guys in this team, and that way you could rely on it. If there is a sim, again, Pasquantino will likely be around for a very long time. Luis Garcia is only 26 years old, which is crazy to me. And Garcia, again, batted 301 a couple seasons ago. There's a reason the guy bats second for this squad. Luis Garcia is good, and he's only 26. But then you got a guy who's an 81 overall as well, who's Kevin Valentine, who in his first season in the majors, again, took advantage of an opportunity presented for him basically after the injury to Pasquantino and after the injury to Ty France. In his rookie season and a half season, the guy comes in and bats .314 with 10 home runs. 20 years old from Kansas, a tremendous year for him, and we're going to have still, 6 more years of control time on the guy. He's still young. He's 20 years old. He's a switch-hitting second baseman. That guy's a problem. Ty France, we got from the San Francisco Giants. We've had him for the last 2 seasons. Was always a good bat for us. Again, batted .287 in his first season, hit 25 home runs. His second season with the squad, about .290. Again, just got injured, couldn't, really ride out the season with us. We've talked about Bobby Witt. Again, was never the franchise piece in the face of the franchise that I wanted him to be, even though, again, he did turn out to be a solid guy for us. I was looking for him to be Fernando Tatis in of the Padres series in MLB 20 of the show. He was not that, but shout out to him. He was still very good for us. And also, quick look at Darian Hoffman. We looked at him, a big prospect right now for us who's playing shortstop as well. MJ Melendez benefited again from the injuries. Melendez did get a shot in the postseason. He batted .257 in the regular season, but he was kind of the odd man out. And then shout out to Freddie Ayala as well. I know I'm giving a lot of shout outs right now, but Ayala came in to Game 5 of the World Series and actually got a hit. And we had a whole dilemma in center field, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Kyle Schwarber found his way on to the Royals after a trade from the Baltimore Orioles. I believe it was the Zach Veen trade. He showed out in a game at DC against the Washington Nationals and kind of just kept his starting spot ever since. We let him mash against right-handed pitching. Gavin Cross, you can never get it figured out with him. I don't know. If there is a sim, Gavin Cross is getting traded. Aaron Judge was our big pickup in the offseason last year. He batted .290 with us. He gave us some incredible and memorable moments in 2027. The walk-off home run in game number 1 of the World Series. Judge, in his first year outside of the Bronx, was really fun for a player to have, at least in Kansas City. And Anthony Santander batted .302 last season. Don't let the horrible postseason distract you from the fact that Anthony Santander was actually really good for us. And he just had a really bad end, I guess, to the playable part of this Royals franchise mode. And Zach Veen, it was cool watching the redemption arc, but my goodness, this guy could have been a whole lot better. He batted .266 in the regular season, but he could not touch anything with the bat in the postseason. And I guess we'll just look at the depth chart right now. Obviously, this will not be, inflated, or I guess they haven't taken in for account the guys who we still potentially have under control, or we can still extend with contracts. But I guess in the year of 2030, the team's going to be looking something like this with a guy like Kevin Valentine at a 91 overall. Aaron Judge is going to be on the decline there, but still you have Darian Hoffman at a 77. Obviously, we would look to bring back Bobby Witt Jr. We're assuming at this point in time, Salvador Perez will be, probably moved on from now, or I guess maybe just a bench bat. But yeah, the team, again, it is a bright future. If there is, again, there's a bright future with this Royals team. I guess last thing we'll check out is the top prospects, and we don't really look over this often, but we were just set for the future. A guy like Vernon Sanchez. This guy, again, 62 overall, 19 years of age, the number 3 prospect. Then you got the number 5 prospect, a guy named Jarrett McGee, who I'm pretty sure related to old-time player Catfish McGee. Jarrett McGee, 5'9" from Texas, 20 years of age. Again, the number 5 prospect in all of baseball. Then you get Gary Logan, who is, I guess, the eventual Salvador Perez replacement, is the 9th ranked prospect. Then you got Jason Justice, who's in the 10s. He's at number 16. Then you get another prospect in Julio Guerrero at, I think, 41, I think it was, 21 years of age. And then another one in Darian Hoffman in at 48. Again, we were loaded with prospects. We were built for the future. There's just, again, if there is, again, a sim with this Royal squad, you're looking at dynasty, I think, because that's how well built this team is for the future. And really, I think that just does it. I think I kind of just ramble from here on out. I'm not completely sure because I don't entirely remember what I said. But again, this team was built for the future. And folks, again, if this is it, I want to thank y'all for watching the Kansas City Royals franchise mode. If you are interested in something along the lines of a sim, well, let me know in the comment section down below. Real quick, video schedule for this week is going to be really light. I am not going to be home this week, so we're just going to have, I believe, a closer look on Tuesday with one of the fighters on the UFC Fight Night card this weekend. We will have a video tomorrow, which will be the Fight Night prediction. So a lot of MMA going up this week, but really I think only 2 videos during the week, and then I'll get back to my normal upload schedule with college football revamped and maybe some MLB The Show when I get back on Saturday. So thanks again for watching, and Mamba forever.